This video is sponsored by Hooktheory. Most of the time, at the beginning of a song, when a song begins, it's quite clear where the downbeat is, where the pulse of the music should be felt. There's nothing ambiguous about it. But some pieces of music, some songs, begin in a confusing way. The intro effectively misleads our ears to hear a different pulse, a different beat, as where the meter is. And then at some point after the intro, we realise that we're actually feeling a beat that's out of time with the music. Let me show you what I mean. So we're going to listen to Fashion by David Bowie, and I'm going to start counting along with where I, and most likely you, feel the beat to be, the prevailing, meter of the music. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see what happened there? So I latched on to that pulsing synth that was happening, right? Because that was effectively all there was in the music to latch onto. There was no wider context. But when the rest of the band came in, particularly the drums, it made it clear that that pulse wasn't actually on the downbeat. It was on the and. It was on an eighth note out of time with the true pulse of the music. Let's look at another example. Let's look at Veridis by Daft Punk. Now with this example, it's a similar thing where we're latching on to a beat at the beginning that then turns out to not actually be the true pulse of the music. But the intro of this is really quite long. It's quite a long time that we're left in this limbo land where we're allowed to feel the wrong pulse. But then slowly the kick drum fades in and reveals that what we are counting isn't the downbeat, but the offbeat. So let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see what happened there? What's happening with this one is the song effectively begins on the for and, on the eighth note before the bar begins. But until the drums begin to fade in at about 45 seconds, there's no way for us to know that the song effectively began on the for and. Our ears are left to assume that the song began on the downbeat, as you would expect, and that makes sense with where the chords change as well. There's nothing to suggest anything's awry until those drums fade in. Now the thing is, there is an element of subjectivity here. I found in the past when I've talked about these songs with these confusing intros that some people don't hear it the sort of wrong way. They hear it the correct way from the get-go. It's an odd thing where, although we often think of music as being objective, perceived the same to every listener, with this, sometimes different listeners will hear the meter in a different context. And this next example is a good example of that, because I don't actually hear this in a confusing way, this song, but I know that other people do. And the song is Car Wash by Royce. So we'll have a listen to it and I will count along with the wrong timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So how did that feel to you? Did that sound right or wrong? The people who hear this song with the wrong timing are hearing those claps as falling on the 1 and 3 of the bar. And, granted, that clap is the very first thing we hear in the song, so it's easy to assume that that is the downbeat, the 1. But the way I actually hear it, and the way that maybe you do hear it as well, the correct way, is to hear the claps happening on 2 and 4, and happening on the offbeat. And it's kind of a funny sort of ongoing musician's joke, right? That people clap on the 1 and 3 when they actually should be clapping on the 2 and 4. That's where the backbeat should be felt. So let's have another listen, and now I'll count where the correct meter should fall. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can feel, at least to me, that feels so much better, so much more natural. But I think the thing is with this one, not only are we starting, the very first thing we hear in the song is that clap. So we don't necessarily know whether it's falling on the 1 or the 2 in the bar. But until the full instrumentation comes in, it's still not completely clear where the strong beat in the bar is. So there's a long time of potential ambiguity there. If you're interested in music theory, then you'll be interested in Hooktheory. Hooktheory offers a whole range of resources for developing your understanding of music theory. For example, they have an ear training app that teaches you to recognise chords. They also offer 2 interactive music theory textbooks which, much like my own videos, teach music theory by using well-known songs to exemplify and explain music theory concepts. On top of this, Hooktheory's Hookpad is a great tool that helps you apply music theory concepts in your own songwriting. As you compose, Hookpad helps you make smart choices for your notes and chords. Enjoy 20% off select Hooktheory products by following the link in the description. Our next example is Beetlebum by Blur, one of my favourite Blur tracks. And this confusing intro is particularly long because we have this sort of out of time sound that gets established in the intro, but then it's not until verse 2 that the disparity in timing gets cleared up. So we go the entire intro and verse 1 sort of hearing the wrong beat. And then when the drums come in, it clears up where we should be counting. So we'll start with me counting along where I actually feel the beat, and you'll see that at the end of verse 1, we suddenly kind of get corrected. So right now I'm feeling it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. See what happened? Once the drums came in, I was out of time. So what's happening is that guitar riff with the slide and then the chugs, the 8th note chugs, I'm hearing the first chug as the downbeat. But that's not correct. It's actually the slide which is the downbeat. And the thing is, at the beginning of this song, there is actually these sort of muted string chugs on the guitar, which, if you count them in full, will get you to be counting the correct downbeat. But because they're unemphasized, it's very easy to lose count of how many there are, and they don't actually help you, in my opinion, catch onto the correct downbeat. But this time I'm going to pay extra strong attention to them and make sure I'm counting the correct downbeat. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know about you, but that felt really wrong and really counterintuitive right up until the drums came in, and then it was like, yes, I'm in time. So those were 4 more songs with a confusing intro. This is actually the 3rd installment in this series on songs with confusing intros, but I'm sure I'll be doing a 4th installment, so if you can think of any other songs that have a confusing, misleading intro, then do let me know in the comments down below.